All right, humans. Let's get our notes for this week. So hopefully you can, pretty sure this green box means that's what you're looking at. So that's exciting. Good. So we've talked about the growing economy and about how factories needed water. We talked about different machines. We also talked about capitalism and free enterprise and how in our country we really value people having their own choice in how they run their business. And then we talked about people moving west, and the path they went on to move west was that wilderness road through the Appalachian Mountains, and how that water was still a big deal, particularly because steamships were now available. That was a part of transportation technology that wasn't in the past. So they could travel on rivers up a current when before that wasn't possible to the same extent. Now, today we're just going to talk a little bit about what are locks on canals. We're going to describe the Erie Canal and how this type of technology, man-made waterways, were a big part of man controlling the Industrial Revolution and being able to make money through factories and industry. Money through industry. Okay, so the locks on a canal are a lock. It's a compartment that raises and lowers the water level, so canals can go through hills, through different elevations of land. So here's my little drawing. Let me find, here's a lock. Okay, and we're going to put another lock here, and we're going to put another lock, let's say up here, because this is our hill, right? Let's say it's a hill. Okay, so I guess this has to be taller than. Now, when our water level is here, so we come in through a stream, our boat comes in. All right, we're gonna have a red boat because that sounds amazing. Actually, we're gonna go with an orange boat. Here's our boat with all of our goods, right? Maybe it's a steamboat. So we're gonna drop this wall in place, this lock, and we're gonna let it fill up with water. So even though the water level is low over here, let's find my blue, the water level's low. Once I drop this lock or this barrier, this wall in place, I can now put more water into it and raise that water level so that my boat moves up. And I'm going to keep this locked. I'm going to keep this closed because the water level's different, right? And as soon as this water level matches the water level for this next area, I'm going to now lower this lock so that my boat can go that way. So my happy little boat can now be at a higher or lower elevation because of the locks in the canal. So it's a way that boats can now either climb mountains or go through areas. Oops, there you go. They can't climb mountains, but you know what I mean. So they can use water and man-made walls in that water structure to create little pools to move that boat either up a hill or down a hill. So let's figure out how we're going to write that. Locks on a canal. They are compartments that raise and lower the water level. The water level, H2O. The water level. So canals can go through hilly areas. Awesome sauce. Good times. Now we're going to describe the location of the Erie Canal. All right, the Erie Canal stretches 363 miles. It stretches 363 miles. What? That's crazy. That is a very long canal. Now, it stretches, sorry guys, and it goes from Buffalo, New York, all the way to the Hudson River. Hudson River. And again, remember, canals are these man-made waterways. So humans dug that thing. They dug and trenched out the earth, connecting different waterways. And then they built these locks along the way so that ships could travel through that hilly area. Those are my locks. Locks. Cool. Now, what are three effects of canals? Okay, all right. So 3 effects of canals. Ow. First one is it lowered shipping costs. It lowered shipping costs. So I don't have to now ship something all the way around Florida to get it to Texas, or I don't have to ship something all the way up through these waterways in Canada to get it down to Minnesota. With these canals, I'm creating more direct routes from my supplier and my consumer. Also, it brought prosperity to canal towns. Brought prosperity to canal towns. So even if you own a tea shop, you're going to have more traffic in your canal town, in your little town next to a canal, because you have people coming through that are either shipbuilders or maintenance, or they are sailors themselves, tradesmen. So you're having more traffic. And if people are coming, they're going to be spending money on food, on supplies, on maybe places to stay, if the weather's bad, kind of thing. So prosperity increased. So that was one of the other things. And lastly, it linked regions of the country in a way that they weren't connected before because of a mountain range or rocky terrain or just different states. Now, the links of this canal, these people now have something in common and their communities are benefiting from it. So it linked regions of the country. And now we can even get things that we couldn't get before. So maybe we can grow really great blueberries in New York and because of the climate, and now I can ship those to different parts of Iowa or Ohio in a way that I couldn't before. So the linking the regions of the country was that third effect of canals. Lastly, why did pioneer families often settle in communities along rivers? So this is a why question. So we got to think about that. Why would they settle along rivers and canals? Well, kind of thinking about what we talked about up here, the prosperity, there was job opportunity, there was water, there was power, and believe me, they didn't have like water mills to power their homes for their Xbox. Like that's not what that was for. But having water and power, that's what fueled these job opportunities. So the waterways provided highways for shipping crops and other goods in the market. So these waterways provided highways for shipping crops. And crops are food, cotton, stuff you grow, and other goods like paper, oil, wood, lumber, steel, and other goods to markets. Livestock, if you're a cobbler and you make shoes, there's a market for that. People have feet. I hope that, let me scroll this up a little bit. Oop, wrong way. And this is going to conclude our lesson on moving west, which is due, I believe, today. This is our week 2 assignment. All right, good luck on your quiz, and I look forward to seeing you at the next Zoom meeting.